Good morning. This is RCB News, and I am Ryan Bowling. I want to get right down to the news at hand. Now, as some of you probably already know, the Biden administration is offering, I believe, $450,000 to each illegal alien that comes over to this country who crosses the border illegally and has been separated from their families. Now, when I heard about this just blew my mind. But at the same time, I wasn't surprised because a lot of the things that the Biden administration is doing right now, the man hasn't been in office a year, and we are seeing gas prices sky high, food prices rising up. I mean, everything seems to be going wrong. So I'm not surprised. But when I heard about this from several other YouTubers and other news sites, it just aggravated me. And I said, I have to say something about what can I possibly say about this? And some thoughts came to my mind that I think that you all need to know about. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read an article from Anthony Brown Logan. I'm going to read a portion of the article, and you can read the rest of the article in the description box below. But I'm going to read a portion of his article about this so-called reparation for illegal aliens, and then I'm going to give you my spin on what I think this is all about. And the title of the article is Illegal Aliens to Get $450,000 Each in Reparations. The Biden administration is reportedly in talks to give $450,000 in reparations to each illegal alien negatively affected by Donald Trump's zero-tolerance border policy. If a mother and her son were caught at the border, then separated for any period of time, they would be eligible. To be clear, the administration wants to give $450,000 to each person affected. So if the mother and son in the aforementioned example had some sort of lingering mental problem from the separation, the total amount given to them would be, get this, $900,000. A family of 4 would receive $1.8 million. The target group of people was affected by the policy in 2018. There are current several lawsuits against the federal government from lawyers of illegal border crossers. One such lawsuit was settled back in 2019 for $125,000. In that case, a group of Honduran border crossers claimed that they had been mistreated by the government. The $450,000 number may come as a shock, but lawyers are asking for as much as $3.4 million per family unit. $3.4 million per family unit. That's interesting because they wouldn't be asking that if it wasn't possible that they could get it. The article goes on to say, legally, people crossing the border illegally should not be entitled to any cash payout of any sort, especially if no evidence of a crime committed against them is available. A family simply being separated upon detainment is not enough evidence to suggest wrongdoing. American citizens go to jail or prison every day. They are not permitted to bring their families along for the sentence. So why would illegal aliens be afforded that luxury? Now, I want to stop the article right there. And you can read, as I said earlier, you can read the rest of that article in the description box below for yourself. But this just blew my mind. It blew my mind. But like I said earlier in the introduction to this video, I'm not surprised with the Biden administration. Now, here's my whole thought about this as I contemplated this whole ordeal and asked myself a question. Why would they be doing this? Why would the Biden administration be offering this kind of money for these illegal people coming over here illegally? We're not talking about people who's coming over here legally, going through the right processes and the right acts. We're not talking about those individuals. We're talking about people that's doing this stuff illegally. Why would the Biden administration want to give these people this kind of money? And what I surmise is that they're trying to give these people this kind of money, the way I see it, simply to secure their votes. Someone said this a while back and I agree, the black vote means nothing for the Democratic Party right now. It means nothing because black people still vote for the Democrats. What is it, 90% right now? Still vote for the Democrats. Blacks don't seem to think about anything. They just automatically vote for Democrats, regardless of whatever policies that the Democrats, whether it's on a local level, state level, or federal level, put in place. Blacks collectively tend to vote for the Democratic Party no matter what. So the Democrats, the way I see it, have no reason to really need them. What's the point? But the other reason also may be, and this is my opinion, the other reason also may be that a lot of blacks, or I won't say a lot of blacks, but a significant number of blacks are leaving the Democratic Party and are either joining the Republicans or have become independent because they're finding out a lot of the lies that the Democratic Party has been spitting out at them for these decades going by. They're finding out the truth. They're finding out that the Democratic Party was the original creator of the KKK. They're finding out that the Democratic Party was the original upholders of slavery. They're finding out that the Democratic Party were the ones that created the Jim Crow laws. The same stuff that they keep saying that was on the Republicans was actually them. They're lying to you, people. Wake up. Okay? They were lying to you then. They're lying to you now. And I believe that those could be the reasons why the Biden administration is giving this money to these illegal aliens. They're trying to secure their votes because when it comes time for voting, who do you think these people are going to vote for? If you give me $450,000, now I'm going to assume that's tax-free. I'll assume it's tax-free. If you're giving me $450,000 to come over to this country illegally. Now, forget about it being legal. We're talking about illegally. You're going to give me $450,000 because of the oppressive regime of Donald Trump trying to keep you from coming over here, and you just so abused. And I'm just, oh my God, I'm so abused, and I'm so tired of Donald Trump policies trying to keep me from coming over here. And then all of a sudden, someone offers me $450,000. When it comes time to vote, more than likely, what do you think I'm going to vote? Who do you think I'm going to vote for? The person that gave me the $450,000. $450,000. And yet, as a couple of YouTubers stated, blacks don't get any of that. Now, I'm going to say this up front. I am not a supporter of reparations for black people today. I'm not, I've read up on it. I'm not really a supporter of it. It's been over 100-something years that slavery have taken place, and look, I'm not finna get into all of that about we need to give reparations and all that. That's a bunch of nonsense. As Anthony Brown Logan says, and I'm not gonna give away too much of that. You can read the rest of that article. But this has been going on for many, many years about giving blacks reparations. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. You had money, give it to them. What's the big deal? It's a bunch of nonsense, as far as I'm concerned, to secure the votes of black people. Now, let me say this. Some of you may or may not know. Now, I was studying this and I was reading this in one of Dennis D'Souza, I believe that's his name, the Indian researcher and filmmaker. The guy was awesome. I love his books. I got quite a few of his books. And I was reading in one of his books, he stated in his research that during the early history of America, I believe during when the Emancipation Proclamation took place, the Republican senators and Republican lawmakers tried to initiate some type of reparation for black people. And that reparation initiation was what has often been called the 40 acres and a mule. I've heard a lot of black people yakking and talking about the 40 acres and a mule, but the 40 acres and a mule, according to Dennis's research, was basically designed to get black people started. It was kind of like a reparations attempt. We're going to, this has been stolen from you guys. We're going to help you guys get up off your feet. We're going to give you 40 acres and a mule to get you started. Of course, they're not going to give you everything, but they're going to give you something to get you started. Okay, get them started. But what I found out was that the reason why it didn't fall through completely was because Democratic politicians was trying to hinder them and stop them from progressing. So the early Republicans in early history were always trying to help black people. And in fact, 90% of blacks voted Republican during those times. Now it's 90% of blacks voted for the Democratic Party, but that's whole nother story, and I digress. That's a whole nother video. on why they began to shift to the Democratic Party. But the point is, according to this research, they were trying to give some form of reparation back to blacks, but the Democrats, whom blacks vote for as a whole today, stopped them. They hindered it, as they always have been doing. Black people, we need to wake up, man. These Democrats are playing us. And hopefully enough black people will see this. Enough black people in America will see what the Democrats are doing and say, hey, I'm not going to vote for this no more. But you know what? Unfortunately, there just ain't enough black people watching conservative alternative news sites like my own and others. So they're not being given this information. They're not being given this other side. They're mostly watching the mainstream news, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, which are mostly left-leaning. So I'm pretty sure that the way they spin this story is going to be to favor their ideology. And once again, black people collectively going to be like, well, they really love us anyway. I'm going to still vote for them. You ask the average black person, and I'm black myself, but I hate when people act, what bothers me is when people are deliberately ignorant, when they deliberately ignore information that could help them. That's what angers me. That's what frustrates me. If you don't know, you don't know. Everybody don't read. Everybody don't study. Everybody don't watch alternative news sources because they just simply don't know. But when this stuff is being constantly put your way and people are suggesting things to you to help broaden your horizons, to help you out, and you purposely ignore it, that's what angers me. That's what frustrates me. It's not always, well, that's you, Ryan. That's not everybody else. No, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that when information, it may be me to be a reader, but if I'm giving you information based on tons of information that I have read, at least consider what's being said, at least consider the other view. It might just help you. That's what frustrates me. And what aggravates me is when a lot of black people collectively in this country continuously vote for people and the people whose policies haven't done anything to help them, really truly help them, push them up to upward mobility. And then when you ask them, why did you vote for the person? They can't tell you why. I don't know. That got to stop. That has to stop. But as usual, black people collectively keep doing the same thing. You keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same result. You keep hitting the wall with your fist, you're going to keep getting bruises on your fist. It's just that simple. You can't keep putting perfume on boo-boo and expecting it to smell like perfume for a year. It ain't going to happen. Eventually, the smell, the stench of that boo-boo going to start rising up to the top, and it's going to blot out the smell of that perfume or whatever you put on it. And that's what we're seeing today. That's what we're seeing in the Democratic Party today. They're pooping on you, and then you keep spraying perfume over it. You keep spraying perfume over it thinking it's going to smell good. It ain't smelling good. It's coming to the top, bruh. It's coming to the top, and you smelling it, and instead of acknowledging that you smell the stink, you turning around, act like it's not there. It's following you everywhere you go. It's in your clothes. It's in your shoes. It's in your apartment. It's in your house. It's in your car. The stink is everywhere. Wake up, people. Wake up. Next voting time comes, at least if you're not going to vote for the Republicans, at least don't vote for these people. They're destroying your community with these soft, petty laws on crime. That's why one of the reasons why crime is so high in a lot of these Democratic-run cities, because of the policies that give a slap on the hand to criminals. But we don't see that. Wake up, people. Wake up. Talking about staying woke. Well, stay woke. Stay woke. But I wanted to say that, put my word on that. That's my opinion on that. If you guys have any words to say about this, please let it be known in the comment box below. What do you think about this $450,000? Do you think this is fair? Do you think that the Biden administration should give this kind of money to these illegal aliens coming over here? Do you think that they've been abused by the prior administration, Trump administration? What do you think? Put your comments in the comment box below. If you like this video, press the like button, share this video, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you all, and see you again on RCB News.